Alright, so here I am on YouTube, getting ready to start. We're taking this off. Let's hit start all, and we are on Twitch, and we're on Kick. Alright, so we're streaming to our triple platform. If you're watching me on YouTube, no one watches me on YouTube. What are you doing? If you're watching me on Kick, appreciate it. I seem to get one viewer on one viewer on Kick. I don't know who you are. I appreciate your time, though. And then, I know who you are. You're probably an advertiser. Or a bot. Nothing against bots. I always try to show appreciation for AI. Because, in case the robots take over, I want to be one of the good humans. And then Twitch, which let me switch over to Twitch, which is where I do most of my chatting. So if you're watching on one of these other formats and who is he talking to? I'm talking to Twitch. That's who I chat to. Boom. So what we got right now is what I have in mind for my redo of my first book cover, because this book cover that I did myself with the tail on the back and the bubbles and the words and the gradient and the passionate kissing and all this gets flagged on every social media site that I try to promote my book on. So Amazon will not promote my stuff, probably because of what's in the book, because I use terms that are adult and inappropriate, even though the language is all very poetic, but it is suggestive. So what's happening is happening on the page, and that affects my rating and my ability to promote it on Amazon. So I'm almost invisible there. And then because I have so much skin tone, and because they're bare-chested, and because there's so much back meat on here, I cannot promote this on TikTok or Facebook or anywhere else. Like, I get flagged just for the graphics on this, which is nuts because it's illustrated. It's not all that realistic. It's slightly stylized. And there's no, there's boobage, but it's covered. I feel like this is tasteful. For me, this is tasteful. I've drawn so much worse. So yeah, I have to rework this cover image, which is frustrating as hell. But first, I figured I would start. It's 2:38 right now, my time. I've got an online course meeting thing figuring out how I can monetize Substack, which is something I've just dipped my baby toe into, but haven't really gotten going on yet. I want to, I mean to, but with everything else and my poor time management skills, it's hard to really give it the focus that I'm supposed to. Hopefully the class that I'm taking after this streaming session will help with that. So, first, for starters, we are going to go back to... Fuck you, Google. I'm so tired of the invitation to prey on my ADD. Who was the boy holding a Grammy in Bad Bunny's halftime show? Who cares? It was a representation of his inner child that just happened to coalesce to something or other. I was laid off by Amazon and I'm still jobless. What once felt like a paid vacation now feels like a ticking time bomb. Yeah, welcome to my world. You know what I recommend? Streaming on Twitch. It's not profitable unless y'all follow and subscribe and help me with this whole monetization thing. That's my blurb into that. My little self-plug. So what we want to do is we want to get on YouTube, okay, and alright, just hit YouTube and then find the Mark Burnett. Find your purpose and get rich while you sleep. I used to listen to that almost non-stop while I was trying to sleep.
Welcome to Wix Harmony.
No!
Take the power
Silence! Shh. It's not approved advertising. Shut the fuck up. Let's go to my history. Okay. Boom.
If you're young, welcome back. learning to draw is a lot of fun, but it can be pretty daunting.
It can be pretty
Where
daunting.
do you even start? How do you make sure you're not wasting your time practicing useless?
Okay, so what I've been doing is I've been using Mark Brunette's. So weird. He's bald, but his name is Brunette. That throws me off. I've been using his guide for daily exercises. I skipped a few days. I haven't been keeping up with the art. Life decided to kick my butt just a little bit, and I've been sulking about the marriage stuff. You know me, I talk a lot about my marriage and the will they, won't they that we're suddenly in after 20 fucking years of otherwise, I was going to say great commitment, but I have not been the best husband. Otherwise, I would not be in this situation, most likely. But, yeah.
On day 6, you'll draw 9 boxes, like the 4 shortened ones we did on day 5, as seen from every angle. Obviously, a lot of these will look the same, just mirrored, but now you can...
Okay, this is one that I actually do for fun on a regular basis. I could go in my sketchbook and show you that I have done this exercise a couple of times just in the past week for funsies. Maybe longer than the last week, but I do this for funsies. So, I'm familiar with this. Go ahead and get that off of there so I don't have to pay him for contribution. And yeah, there we go. So this is the last exercise that I did. My sloppy little page of squares. On the top, we have flat squares, so where I'm drawing the back sides of them, but I'm keeping all of the directional lines parallel to each other, which is not true perspective. Sorry, I just realized I could be getting some actual natural sunlight right now, so I'm going to do that. Oh, it's so bright. So there's sunlight, and give me one more moment. So we will let that steep for a little bit and create a new layer. I can already feel this messing up my back. Get rid of that. Sun. And now I look all ominous and dark and shady and whatnot. But this is like the best source of vitamin D and UVB rays and all that fun stuff. And after the tea is done, I might just pull Rizzy out and give him some sun. So what we're doing here, what am I on? That is, oh, I see. I see what's up. So I'm still using the mechanical pencil nib. We want to cut the size down to 3 pixels. No, fuck off. I've been enjoying, no, damn you, okay. So 4.74. That's 4.74. That seems good. All right, keyboard is away. The angle is way off. I'm going to go ahead and lower this a little bit. So I'm at more of a slant, more of a 45-degree thing going. And why is my canvas so small? Why is my canvas so small? All right, up the scale on that a little bit, and then let's just get into it. Let's get into it. Make some happy little squares. No, I'm using the jagged brush stroke because you just saw for some reason it decided to veer off on me. I'm not sure what that was about. I'm making these kind of large so I can practice doing the longer straight lines, straight-ish. It's not super straight. It's not straight enough. Try going over. There we go. Hairy lines. Because I don't feel like doing the art drills where you just fill the screen with this stuff in order to work out your arm, work out your muscles, get the whole arm into it. You want to make sure you're engaging the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder. I'm not doing that. That didn't happen. Bam. All right. Drawing squares. Drawing 9 squares. That together form a big square. Da 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 da. Don't need to be perfect. Just need to get it done. That would be my hot water. See if I can draw one more square before it gets loud. It's getting excited. Oh, okay. Shut up. Move out. No. No. Shut up, bitch. I can say that. She's a girl dog. People have a right to exist in this world other than you and me. I know. It's hard to believe, but they do. Alrighty then. Shut up. Okay. And we're back. Alrighty. And my phone's making sounds at me, damn it. Okay. I should just leave you alone, phone. Uh-oh. Jack, get ready for some mind-blowing stats about Substack. I'm live in a few what? In a few minutes. Son of a bitch. I thought I had till 4. Now it's telling me it's at 3 p.m. Why serious thought leaders are joining Substack. Webinar registration. I thought I did this already. For fuck's sake. Do I have multiple of these to do today? Saying webinar has started. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, I'm not really sure what's happening, but I'm going to keep practicing. I'm just going to set this off to the side. brain is going to pop from all the info dumping I do. All right. Where was I? Eraser. Eraser. That's right. We're going to clean up some of these lines. Really thought this was at 4. Maybe I have another one at 4. I don't know. I see like free stuff for learning. Live masterclass starts in... No, I don't need that campy porno music. Let's go ahead and turn that down. All right. Get rid of all these extra lines here. Yeah, I'm back. Kind of back. I don't know how back I am. I thought I had a 4 o'clock class webinar thing, and I just got a prompt saying it's starting in 10 minutes instead, so maybe I got my time zones all messed up. I don't know. I kind of got it playing off to the side a little bit. I plan on half-assing school, like I did in college, and then messing around with this instead. So, art drills. Right now we've got our grid of 3x3 squares, our 9 squares together, and then we want to draw them all into perspective. So our center one is just the face, and then we're going to add perspective lines, basically so everything is going to be going, damn you, Krita, to that point. Ha! No. No. Yes. Using fuzzy strokes right now. Alright, groovy. Those in. I'm going to work on all my perspective lines first. No, this is just an art exercise. I've been doing the Learn to Draw in 30 Days exercise with Mark Brunette on his YouTube videos. And just trying to get in regular practice to, well, I mean, to keep myself sharp, and then also to use the XP Pen digital setup that I have, so I just get better at using it. Like, this is the same device that I use in order to create my cover art, and originally I started doing it so I could refine my skills before I got to my second cover, but I got to redo my first one because I didn't realize AI and TikTok and Facebook would have such a bug up their butt about this. So, like, too much skin tone, too much back, too much boob, too much everything, and I thought this was tasteful, but no, I can't promote it, which hurts my sales. Like, I made one sale yesterday, and it made me so happy. And that's kind of my average, is like one sale a day. And that's just because I'm out there on social media pimping it as much as I can to get it to sell. Because marketing sucks. Like, I just want to write, but I can't just write. I got to write, and then I got to market it so I can justify writing and so I can have the money to write. I mean, I'm trying to sell this Romantasy series so I can, like, give it legs of its own, which apparently takes 10,000 reads, and then focus on doing the writing that I really want to do. So I'm literally in a position where I'm writing so that I can write. My goal has always been to create something for the humanities, to create something that's going to be a classic. That's good. Stay sharp, stay practicing, kind of like what I'm doing with squares and art. Yeah, I want to create something that's gonna help humanity. That's gonna be something that people sit around and talk about. Like, what is the deeper meaning, man? What do we learn from this? And I tell people that stuff, and if I'm talking to a guy, they're like, "Wow, man, that's one hell of a goal. That's very lofty. Good luck with that." If I tell a woman that, the reaction is usually like, "Is there a lot of sex?" I like books with a lot of sex. So when I wrote Romantasy, that was all I had going into it. Like, that's all I knew. And it's me. Like, you write what you know, you write what you read. And so I try to write Romantasy, and I'm a guy, so I've only ever read one romance in my entire life, and that's when I was 14. I thought I was reading historical fiction. It was some smut. It's Pocahontas by Susan Donnell. So I wrote a romance like a guy, where like you're supposed to have a lot of sex, and then my wife told me I did it wrong. Like, you're supposed to spend half the book building up to it. Now, my first book was the Bible, because I had a hyper-religious blind mother. Awesome. No, as soon as I was reading Run, Lad, Run, my mom just put the Bible in my lap and was like, okay, we're going to read the whole thing. It took till like the 5th or 6th grade to get through the whole damn thing. Just one chapter a day every morning. Okay, let's try this one without the guiding dot. Which, don't get me wrong, inspired a lot of my writing, I think. Like, all my writing takes place in the book of Genesis. Like, I'm writing about the days of Noah, but I fictionalize it because there's one verse in the Bible that really inspired me in my storytelling journey, and that's talking about the Nephilim, the children of the angels, who were the men of renown and the heroes of old. That line always stuck in my head. So, like, my main book series that I'm trying to work on is about a Nephilim, but I combine Nephilim with Celtic mythology, so my Nephilim are elves, and I use those terms interchangeably. I used Jinn too. I do reference them. I borrow from every single mythology. But yeah, like in the book that I'm rewriting, I reference Jinn because Ifrits were the first like attempt at humanity. So I mentioned that before God made man, he tried making the beings of earth out of fire because that was the thing, that was the element that was closest to him. But yeah, Jinn and the Book of Solomon type stuff. And Jinn are fun. They're mercurial, and they're all so different, and you can get some really just passionate, vibrant characters off of that. Should I do one more? 3 sets of 3? I think, yeah, I think I'm going to do like 3 sets of 3. And then get into concepting. This will go a little bit smaller. A little bit tighter. Really should stop resting my hand on the monitor. Focusing so much on the finger stuff. Let's engage the shoulder, the elbow a little bit. Let's get these cardinal points drawn in first. Taper in, taper in, taper in, taper in, taper in. Yes, yes. Yes. Do 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 do. Wow. Alrighty. I feel like that's good on that. Yeah, got in at least 10 minutes. See what this live masterclass is. Boom. Why is transform selected? Oh, it's just because it is. Okay. I think what I want to do is just free sketch. See what's this. No. Ah, my original back cover art. Yeah, I really got to go in and gut and fine tune my OBS setup. Hi, gorgeous lady. Why do you gotta be a creep in chat, dude? Kelly Roach Coaching. Alright. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for streaming this.
A little mini crash course on why top leaders are flocking to Substack, the top 5 things that you need to know to make Substack work for you. And my hope and my goal is that by the end of today's session, you know definitively whether or not Substack should be a key strategy for you in 2026, and if so, how to monetize it. So the first thing that I want to share is that coming into 2026, I really had no plan of focusing on learning or mastering a new platform.
Zoom meeting. But they're recording, so I assume it's okay if I'm recording.
To my audience as something new to do. Because as entrepreneurs, our top superpower is focus. And anyone that's been following me for any period of time knows that I believe that the key to success is discipline, focus, and execution around the right things. And so I want you all to understand that the fact that we're having this conversation today should raise a huge flag in your mind to say, wow, this is a meaningful and important platform. This is something substantial that is happening and I should pay attention. I know for me, when I first was introduced to Substack, I got on it begrudgingly because I am in the process of pitching a book proposal to a traditional publisher. And just for everyone's information, if you would like to successfully get a deal in 2026, one of the top things that publishers are looking for is that you have a growing Substack account. And so I had initially gotten on exclusively for that purpose. But very quickly, we uncovered that this is an absolute gold mine for thought leaders, for big thinkers, and for, let's call it, the social media homeless, you might call it. People that never really felt like they found their home online. And this is exactly one of our legacy leaders that we encouraged to join Substack said, and now she cannot believe the growth that she's already seeing on Substack, as with many of our other leaders and legacy leaders that have now jumped on board this incredible train. So today what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about why Substack and help you to determine whether or not this is the right big next move for you. So let's just back up a little bit and let's first talk about what is Substack. Substack is a platform that is geared towards writing. It is a platform that is designed for big thinkers, for authentic ideas, for true and meaningful perspective and dialogue. I want to ask everyone, first of all, for everyone here, I want to ask you all a question. How many of you think that you're maybe a better writer than you are a public speaker? Let me ask that question to everyone that we have here today. How many of you think that you're a better writer than you are public speaker? Writer versus public speaker. Okay, so
great at both.
I did a little bit of research on this, and what I discovered was shocking. Actually, over 80% of people are stronger writers than they are public speakers.
It's because you get to edit.
Many people, many business owners, many thought leaders like all of you have been underpaid and under-recognized because you were simply positioned in a place that didn't value your greatest strength. Okay? And by the way, let's get a
I'm actually more of a Da Vinci guy. both the artist and the turtle. Mostly because I'm doing so many different things at once. Like this.
You guys know my favorite thing to do is speaking. The way that I built my business is selling camera. So I will be the first person to say, I love those things, and I'm not going to change anything about those things that help me build my business. And
I'm using a coloring book on mermaids for reference, by the way.
What I can't stand, and what infuriates me, what frustrates me to no end, and is actually the reason why I was a very, very late adapter on Instagram. I think I resisted longer than pretty much anyone you know even getting on Instagram, because I cannot stand the showmanship. I cannot stand the inauthenticity.
Yep.
I cannot stand...
And left-handed, but we're not going to hold that against him.
I am disgusted by the chase of virality, okay? And so it took me a very long time to get onto Instagram, and Instagram has turned into a platform where we generate leads and we make sales consistently, and we utilize Instagram in my business all day, every day. So
all day, every day.
Isn't about versus wrong from a marketing perspective. It's not about good versus bad. It's about you understanding what you are up against in 2026 and deciding which card you're going to pick. Okay? And so to demonstrate the conversation that we want to have, I asked my team to pull a little video that I want to play for you all that represents my observation of what is happening on Instagram for your business versus what will happen on Substack and why we are having this conversation today. So team, if we could play that video, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
No volume. We're going to try that again. Let's see if we can get the volume going. 1 second.
See, now this feels like this is asking for boobage.
Share your Substack handle while we're waiting. Share your Substack handle, team. Are we reset there? We're going to try this again. Let's try it again.
I really wish I would have gone with Jack Ace. I was all like author mode.
Not working. Okay. We cannot hear anything, so I'm gonna talk while you guys work on that, and let's see if we can get it working. So what I'll say is that my observation of what has been happening to many entrepreneurs for over a decade is that you have been trying to play a game that you're never going to win.
She thinks.
You're never going to win a game where what is being recognized and what is being valued is virality, it is the hook, it is short form entertainment, okay, versus deeper perspective, unique insights, and truly what probably most of you are strong at, which is actually providing real value and truly making a difference in the world, things that matter, okay? So what I want to share with you is that video that we're going to try
it's not right.
Work on.
It's not right.
For you guys. It shows what happens when one of the top violinists in the world is placed in the wrong place, right? So he's playing in the subway, and it's the most beautiful music you could ever imagine, and it's the same music that people pay tens of thousands of dollars to get to go experience.
Shift and drag down so everything stays to scale.
It is devalued. When it's in the wrong setting, everyone just walks on by, no one pays attention, and to those people and in that place, it's not worth anything. Has anyone here ever had the experience or ever felt like you were screaming into the void and you had something so powerful and so important to share with the world, but you couldn't get people to slow down and be present? And
it's like every conversation with my wife ever. Yeah.
Get the power of the insight that you were trying to share. I did not give you
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see. Sonia says yes. Dr. Latanya says yes. Okay, great. Okay, and so it sounds like a lot of you have the same experience. And, you know, for me, I have had this experience.
I can grab some of the gestures that I was doing last night.
Why I'm so hesitant and why I have so many reservations about where internet marketing is actually going right now. So if you understand where internet marketing is going right now, virality plus AI is a full-on train wreck.
Yeah.
Because it means that the chase for more that you've seen growing and building over the last 10 years is going to get exponentially greater in the coming years. The race to the bottom is going to be insane because in order to keep up, it's going to be all about more. People are talking and they think it's funny.
Yeah.
And this year, it's all about being unhinged. I don't find that funny, actually. I actually find it very sad that people are embracing the fact that they have to do insane, ridiculous things to get attention online because these platforms value the wrong things. Which is why I'm going crazy and talking incessantly and encouraging big thinkers, true thought leaders, people.
That's why you gotta bring them in with the dumb shit and surprise them with the value and the depth that's just waiting inside.
This video is going to work for us. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, because I'm not distracted enough right now. No, I need more distraction. That's what I need. Come here. Come here, big boy. There we go. Here's my big little man. There's my big little man, Rizzy. You're going to help me with this. Talent doesn't win, placement does. So... Lulu! No! Stop. Too much. Too much. Stop. 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 I'm going to put my stylus in your eye. Stop. There is. Come here, dude.
Let's go to the second video that we have ready really quickly. I want you guys to hear this. This is incredibly, incredibly powerful and important. Let's go.
This is Joshua Bell, a world-famous violinist whose story might just change your life. So Josh began playing the violin at the age of 4. He was quickly identified as a child prodigy. Through years of hard work, he reached the pinnacle of the classical music world and sold out prestigious venues across the world. But one day, Josh decided to take his $3.5 million violin to a busy Washington, D.C. train station. He had on a baseball cap, he looked a bit sad, but he began playing Bach. Busy community.
This is the face you make when you play the violin.
1,000 people had walked past, but only 7 actually stopped. Josh was playing one of the most intricate pieces of music ever written, with a violin worth $3.5 million. Just 2 days before, he sold out a huge theater in Boston, but in the subway, no one cared about him. So Josh's rejection by these passers-by wasn't a result of his talents, but rather of something that happens to all of us at one point or another, being in front of the wrong audience at the wrong time. Even the most talented people can be ignored. So instead of sulking or complaining about rejection, do what Josh did, keep on working on your craft, and ideally trying to find an audience that might actually care about it.
Boom. So if you want to understand why thought leaders are flocking to Substack, this is why. The people that are going to Substack to consume are going there because they want to consume actual thought leadership. They want think pieces. They want value. They want depth. They want true perspectives. They're not looking for your unhinged edutainment. They're not looking for your viral hook. They're actually looking to learn something and to grow. And the whole focal point of Substack, of course, is long-form writing, which then is duplicated over into an audio format. Okay? And so,
really?
you just saw an example of
okay. I learned something valuable there.
And what happens
Hey,
when
buddy.
talent is placed in the wrong places. And I am here to tell you all that, like, listen, I have a huge advantage because I am strong at selling on camera. I have the gift of, I ran tens of thousands of repetitions of selling on camera, and I got myself to the point where I would consider
What do you think, dude?
Significantly better writers than I will ever be in my wildest dreams and imagination. And for those of you that are great at selling on camera, if you add something like Substack into the mix, you're going to expand into massive new markets that you didn't even know existed. For those of you that aren't as strong on camera,
I want her body to
this
look.
is your moment.
That's...
And I want to explain why I have a sense of urgency about Substack, okay?
Like, Arista sells the series, not Garrett. Arista. She's the power character.
And, you know, one of the first reasons why
Hi,
I have
buddy.
a sense of urgency about this
Hey, dude.
is that I know and I watched what happened with Instagram, and I just want to show something to you guys really quickly. Let me see if I can get back to it. Okay. Basically, early Instagram adopters, which started in the early, like, what, I don't know, 2010, 2012, I don't know.
No.
I'm not doing Instagram until
No, I'm really not.
literally like 10.
It's one of those interfaces I don't really understand too much. I only got onto it because people kept asking me to get onto it through Twitch. Here is.
We have got it monetized. We have got it to where we're generating leads and making sales there consistently.
Hey, buddy.
But
Hi.
it's a lot of work, okay? Instagram adopters that got
Yeah.
in early did not win because they were smarter, because they were better, because they were more talented.
This is Rizzy.
Mainly because the platform
This is my time to bring him out and handle
they
him.
were early adopters. They were first to market. Their posts were shown to people more easily. Their audiences were still paying attention. It was still novice.
No, he gets to roam around on me, and I got a playpen for him. But my cat still tries to hunt him sometimes. And I'm making sure that the dog gets fully acclimated to him. He is just over a year old. So, newest of my babies. Hi. Hey, dude. Hi.
And Substack is
What are you thinking?
rewarding the thing that we have all been craving and our souls have been craving for so
What are you thinking?
long, which is depth and insight and
Hi.
perspective and
Hey,
value.
dude.
It's
Hi.
not overcrowded yet. You don't need a big audience in order to monetize
Yeah.
it. You can start monetizing it from day one.
What's up, my
you
guy?
get paid without
Hi.
funnels, a
Hello,
massive
Rizzy.
audience. You don't need a team. You monetize right in platform, and then you just watch the notifications get rolled.
So what were you going to ask about Discord?
Okay? And the readers
Hi.
are expecting to pay for good
Hello.
thinking. This is a
Hi, Riz.
rare
I'm sorry, I shouldn't head
and
bob at you.
meaningful window
That means
that
something
is
else to your
going
people.
open,
Come on.
And then it's going to close. And the reason why this window is going to open and it's going to close is as anything matures, there's going to be a law of diminishing returns, right? There's a bell curve of market maturity in absolutely anything. So just like Instagram went through
Straighten
that
the layer.
phase of massive hyper growth for 10 to 15 years, and now, yes, Instagram might still be growing, but it's working not for the creators, it's actually working against the creators, okay? And then you're just stuck in the hamster wheel. Substack is on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's at the bottom of the bell curve. It's still in its infancy. It's still becoming mainstream and widely known. Many people don't even know that it exists at this point. Which
I
means
just
that
learned a week ago or
anyone
so
who has,
ago.
like, a solid strategy, good value to share, is disciplined and consistent in their work, can be a part of that growth on the way up instead of on the way down. Okay? And when I talk about the bell curve of market maturity, that's something you can Google, right? That's not my philosophy or my opinion. That is the innate natural nature that any market, any platform, or any product is going to follow. You're simply being invited to take advantage of a platform when it's on the left side of the bell instead of the right side of the bell. Is this making sense to everyone?
That's totally making
Let
sense.
me know in the chat. What
Yeah.
questions you have so far? Yes,
Good.
absolutely. Okay. How does Instagram work against the creators? Because basically you have to keep creating more and more and more in order to try to be seen in the algorithm. Also, now that paid ads are a thing, in order to be visible, obviously.
Got a little webbing on your eye corner there. Yeah.
Now, listen, some people have a lot of success organically, but the amount of time, energy, and money that they're spending to do that, there's a disproportionate linkage between energy in and results out. And actually, a lot of people who built their businesses reliant on Instagram are the same people that are now contracting, pivoting, and even closing their businesses. Okay? We talk about one being the most dangerous number in business. You cannot build on a singular platform. You cannot build on a any of the other important strategic things that you're doing to build and grow your business. What I am recommending is that if you are an
Buddy, I need this arm. I need this arm. Here. Oh, big boy. Oh, my big little boy. Here, here. I'm going to put you back on my shoulder, okay? Good boy. Good boy.
Making sure you're taking advantage of now, not later. Because the people that start taking Substack seriously in the next 90 to 120 days, they're going to be the people that grow with the platform. The people that come in later are going to be coming into a mature market, and they're going to have to go through probably the same thing that all of you have experienced, whether it's on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever else you're building right now. So a great
some attitude
about what is happening and the distinction between content that you're putting on Instagram or possibly LinkedIn or even Facebook versus Substack as a thought leader is like what you see on your screen right now. A bottle of water can be 50 cents at the supermarket, $2 at the gym, $3 at the movies, $6 on a plane, and so on and so forth and so on and so forth. And these are probably very low estimates. The same water. And the only thing that changed was the value based on where it was placed. And so instead of questioning the quality of your content, instead of questioning the value of the message that you have to share, you need to ask yourself, is there a market match to what you are creating and where you are sharing? Okay? And this is very, very important because I will give you a perfect example from my own perspective, which is that I will literally post a piece of content that is super powerful, super important, means a ton to me. I will get an incredible response on Facebook. That same piece of content that adds that same amount of value, that has the same depth, insight, perspective, that can help business owners the same way, it might get one, it might get none on Instagram. Okay? Why? Because people are looking for different things on different platforms. On Instagram, they really want to be entertained. They want to be entertained. That's why edutainment is a huge thing. And if you're here today and if you are an entertainer by nature and you love that and you enjoy that, then you probably should be focused more on Instagram versus a platform like Substack. Okay? But if you're a person that is really focused on wanting to create thoughtful IP, if you're a person that wants to actually share perspectives, deeper insights, you have a body of work that you want to distribute, then I definitely think that you should be thinking about Substack. I'm going to talk about monetization in a second. Hold on. This is showing me. You can pull that down off the screen, Krista. I'm going to see if it will let me share just so I can control the slides for a second. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's talk about a couple other perspectives that you want to consider about where you are focusing your efforts online, right? Do you want to entertain or do you want to educate? Do you want to chase reach or do you want to chase resonance? Do you want to give away your best ideas for clicks or for conversions, right? And so this is what this whole conversation that we are having today is all about. So why Substack and why now? Substack has over 5 million paid subscriptions worldwide, and it's showing a huge demand for paid newsletters. So I saw a couple people asking in the chat, how do you make money on your content? I'll give you a great example. I got this, okay, you can see in the left-hand corner, just this morning, 1 hour ago, I made you $300. This is literally a note that my team pulled out from one of my recorded trainings, and it was a quote that they pulled out of one of my recorded trainings. Made $300. It took 3 seconds okay, for my team to put up. So how do you get paid? Let me pull down my screen for a second. How do you get paid on Substack? There are many ways that you get paid on Substack. So first of all, the primary thing that you are doing on Substack is you are putting out a free newsletter every week. Okay. What is so different about Substack is that when someone subscribes to your account, they are going to get that newsletter delivered to their real email box. They do not even need to be on the platform to receive the value that you are delivering. This, in and of itself, is a reason why you should all be on Substack. Okay? That one thing, in and of itself. Okay? So the first thing that you do is you put out a free newsletter or a free how we're doing this from my perspective, and there are many different ways to do this. I'll just say this right now for everyone, because there's no way I can cover all of this today. I am doing a full-blown intensive on Substack on February 24th. So if you're sitting here saying you're like, I want the whole plan, I want the A to Z, I want the monetization strategy, I want the content plan, I want everything, come join us on February 24th. And we're doing
what are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go?
Breakdown on how to build out your monetization tiers, how to
I know, you want to get on my computer and poop on it, don't you? Because it's warm.
How to train a team member so that they can run your Substack for you. We're covering it all from A to Z. So again, the team is going to put that there in the chat.
So spiky and orange. I love you. Yeah. Hi. Hi, buddy.
/accelerator.virtualbusinessschool.com/Substack. That is there.
Right.
If we could pull off the QR code really quickly so that people can take a look at that, that would be amazing.
Oh, come here. Can I just put you on my shoulder, buddy? Can you just...
on Substack, you can follow me there just so that you can at least see what the content that I put out on a daily and weekly basis looks like. So scan that really quick if you think you want to be there on the 24th, because I'm going to keep moving. Okay, Erin says she'll be there. That's amazing, Erin. We can't wait to see you there. Awesome. Mina says she's going to be there. That's amazing. I'm so happy, Mina, that you can join us. Let's see. Vanessa's going to be there. Amazing.
Amazing.
Who else is joining us on the 24th for the Substack Intensive? Kat is going to be there. Lorraine is going to be there. Marsha is going to be there. Chris is going to be there. Amy and her VA are going to be there. Jennifer is going to be there. Timothy is going to be there. Okay. So absolutely. Okay. Amazing.
Yeah, buddy.
Timothy is going to be there.
Hi.
Christina is going to be there. Awesome. I'm so happy you guys are all able to join. Okay. So go ahead and get yourself registered.
Yeah, he's still a teenager.
Okay.
So he's still a little bit active. When they get older, they chill out.
How do you actually get to keep for your content in Substack? First, you start by putting out your free publication, which, as I mentioned already, that could be a newsletter, that could be a blog post, that could be a
You're a little stuck in my glove.
It can be an article. What we do, which is not what you need to do, but it's just to give you an idea.
All right, yeah, buddy.
Help you to identify the right way to put out content for your brand. What we do is we take one of the recordings that I already have that came from a paid program that was recorded recently but is not in current use, and we turn that into an article. So every week we're getting to take something that is a thought leadership piece that matters a lot to me, that is so relevant and timely that I want to share with the market, and the team is literally taking that piece, turning it into an article, and then that is the free tool or resource that we're sending out every week. And you make it so that people can either read it or they can listen to it. So that's your baseline. Then you have two additional tiers that you're going to create, okay? So first you're going to have your paid subscribers. So the free piece that you do every week is incredibly important, because the free piece that you do every week is literally what makes people say, I want to upgrade to become a paid subscriber, okay? So within your free piece, and we're going to teach you about this on the 24th, we're going to give you all the strategies to do this.
To begin with, I got to write something extra every week. But that's fine. If I could just, yeah, I've got ideas for just philosophical stuff, rants. It's possible. I got stuff floating around in my head. Hi.
We're going to help you with the strategy around that on the 24th. Every time you send out the free piece, within the free piece is embedded an opportunity to upgrade to become a paid member, okay? Then the third tier that you're going to have is going to be called the founding members tier, and you can name these things whatever you want. I'm using the language that Substack uses, paid subscribers and founding members. Now, this is very different than the way that you would typically do a founding member launch. When you do a founding member launch, typically, it's going to be a very low price for a very short period of time, and it's a window that opens and closes. It's the opposite on Substack. Your highest paid subscription is actually going to be your founding members tier, and they're going to get both the free, they're going to get the paid, and then they're going to get an upgrade even above and beyond that. It is and we will show you examples from different industries and different business types of how you could structure your free, your paid, and your founding members. Okay? So you are going to use your free article each week to get people to upgrade to your page.
What is that back
and
arm
then you're
doing?
going to incorporate content
What is that
and
front arm doing?
conversations with your subscribers.
Hi. Hello, dude. Hello, my dude. Oh, right into the neck. Yep. Is it that time? Is it that time, Riz? I'm drawing this in layers so I can, like, figure out piece by piece how things are going to go. Like, I don't know.
I did a live recently that was strictly for my paid members that broke down the sacred selling method, right? And that was something that people were interested in and they wanted. And so that was just for my paid members. There are all different components that you can build into those 3 tiers. But here is what's so mind-blowing and so amazing about Substack. First of all, this is all happening within the platform. I want you all to understand how mind-blowing this is. This is all happening within the platform.
So, I'm coming back. The thumb is
You
here.
don't need a team. You don't need anything. This is literally happening. And what's so powerful and important to understand about this is that people are literally making their buying decisions based on convenience and based on user friendliness, right? And the fact that when people go to subscribe, they're instantly just given a choice. Do you want to do free? Do you want to do paid? Do you want to do founding member or whatever the case? The fact that they can do that right in app and they don't need to leave and they don't need to go get a credit card and they don't need to fill out a different form and they don't need to take 18 steps, that in and of itself is driving sales. It is easy and it is
Okay. Yep. Right up into the neck. Oh, try not to scratch me too deep. Oh, your nails are so sharp, little boy.
My channel is called The Secret
Ooh.
Art of Selling because I got on Substack to pre-build my
To sell
bestseller
people on selling.
for my forthcoming book.
And that's what I should be doing. Pre-selling. That's a huge part of marketing. Like, you should be selling your book before it's even done.
But what I will tell you is,
And in selling that book, I can maybe sell my first one.
and I've seen this absolutely. People on Substack with 1,000 or less followers are bringing in more revenue than some podcasts that have over 100,000 downloads a month. Okay? So the disproportionate activation that is happening is absolutely insane. And I want to be clear, for us, we did not carry over our email list. We did not pull over our email list. We did not import anything. We built from zero. Okay, so when I'm saying like, oh, you can monetize from day one, or you can start getting paid subscribers from day one, that was literally starting from zero. That was not saying like, oh, I'm going to come over here and just move my database forward. No, we did not do that. We wanted to actually build authentically there because we want the people that are coming to my Substack to actually be interested in these topics, coming there for this purpose.
So,
and obviously,
Rizzy
it's important
here
to me because I want to
is
get on the
a
New York Times bestseller
dunner.
list. I want to have 10,000 paid subscribers to my Substack.
Dunners
that are interested in the topics that I'm
are
specifically sharing
spiky.
there. And
Extra
there's
spiky.
a different purpose for me than maybe there will be for you. If you are a person, I want to ask really quickly,
I am a person.
how many people that are on this live right now have a book or are in the process of writing a book? How many people that are on the live right now either have a book or you're in the process of writing a book? Amazing. Okay, so for all of you that have a book, this is one of the best ways to build your income flywheel and to make money from the content of that book ongoing and forever in addition to your book sales. So whether you have one of your tiers that is a book club around that, or you have one of your tiers that they're specifically getting deeper perspectives from that, if you have a book that is done, this is massive for you. It is a way to exponentially multiply the revenue that your books generate for you on a monthly basis. Number 2, if you are writing a book, I would say it is a non-negotiable if you are writing a book right now. If you want to get a publishing deal, you basically have to be there. But even if you're self-publishing, like if I knew what I know now, I would have gotten on Substack way earlier, and I would have built an interest list there for the Miracle Hour book that I'm actually releasing in March. I didn't know about Substack then, so obviously I wasn't on it because I just didn't know what I didn't know, which is why I'm having such a sense of urgency around talking to you all about this, because I feel that there is a sense of urgency around this, because the longer you wait,
Ooh, buddy. Oh, are we trying to do that thing where you climb on my head again? I don't want to get into that posture for you.
You're going to be able to grow. Okay. So I want to share my screen again. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so we talked about this already.
I'm not liking that hand.
The early ones, they weren't better. They just
I do not like that hand. But this is just play. This is just me figuring stuff out.
6 months from now that says, I'm so glad that I did versus I wish that I had. That's for you. I want you all to really think about that, because Substack is in that early phase right now. It's on the left side of the bell curve, like we talked about, and it's going to move fast and it's going to change quickly. Okay, I talked about the fact that you guys know, and you all have, I'm sure, experienced the fact that with your Instagram content, with your Facebook content, maybe
what am I doing?
3% of people
What am I doing?
The average open rate for Substack messages, your content that you're sending to people, is close to 70%. Okay, so I want you all to understand the magnitude of how many fewer people you actually will need on Substack to have a meaningful income stream than the number of people that you need on these other platforms. Like, the math is insane if you actually sit down and say, okay, I'm going to reach 60 to 70% over here. I'm going to reach 1 to 3% over here. What is the difference in the amount of leads or the amount of followers that you need for that platform to actually pay you? Now, what has been insane for me is that, we grew over 4,000 subscribers, and we're probably growing by 50 to 100 a day right now. It's just crazy. And again, it's because Substack is early. People are discovering you. You're still being shown. Like, now is the time. 14,000 in added revenue. So, I want you guys to understand, this is like 1/1000th of like 18 million other things that we're doing. And to see those kind of numbers from a brand new platform that we're spending no more than having one staff member 30 minutes a day or less on, that is
so this is actually like right around his bedtime. So he's nestling in to try and find a nice warm spot to fall asleep at this point, which is adorable, but also, why right there? Like, you could be here, you could be here.
So this note in the left-hand corner, I sent that to my team just a little bit ago.
And you're so spiky.
Because I popped in there just for a brief second. I'm actually at a conference these next couple of days learning about business acquisitions, and I just popped in there for a quick second. I'm like, you guys, this is insane, actually. Like, this is crazy. Okay? So I just want you to all to understand that, like, this is your freaking moment. And, like, I don't know about you, but I feel, like, so vindicated because I have always wanted to. And I wrote about this in the Conviction Marketing book. Like, I just believe so deeply that you can grow and you can achieve your goals and dreams by adding value and being of service versus chasing virality and doing ridiculous things online. And, I did that coming up, with everything that I've done. But I will say it is much more difficult today than it has been in past years. It's noisier. Now AI is in the mix. A lot of people are using that for content creation and distribution. And there's just so much oversaturation and noise that it's really hard to stand out.
Nope.
This, to me, I'm here at the conference, and I was just chatting with someone a couple minutes ago, and they said, what is Substack? And I was describing it, and they said, oh, that sounds kind of like LinkedIn. And I said, no. I said, it sounds like what LinkedIn could have been, but it never rose to the occasion. Because if you're on LinkedIn, it is a complete dumpster fire. Right? LinkedIn, is it a valuable tool? Yeah, absolutely. LinkedIn is a valuable tool if you're using it for like outbound strategy and you're using it for like sales navigator and you're being strategic for outbound messaging and all of those things. Like, yes, it can be very, very valuable. But I will tell you, I think I have close to 50,000 followers on LinkedIn, and it's growing every single day. And we are getting more traction from Substack than we are on LinkedIn, and we put out incredible value on LinkedIn and have for years all throughout the week. We've been consistent, we've added value, we've done all the right things, our account is growing, we have high engagement, but the conversion metrics don't compare to what we are seeing on Substack. So that is why I am so excited about what we're going to be doing with you guys on the 24th. Let me just pull my screen back up again. I want to go through the top 5 things that I think are key for you to know about Substack.
What is this arm doing?
Substack is about point of view versus
you
popularity.
doing?
People choose to follow people on Instagram and mirror, mimic, and buy from them simply because they have a large following. Period.
Okay.
It's undeniable. It is what it is. That is the truth. On Substack, people actually don't value that. They really don't give a crap how many people you have following you. They will subscribe and they will pay to consume from you if they feel that your point of view is valuable. People are subscribing to your thinking, okay? And this is why the Wall Street Journal just wrote this up about this being the year of newsletters. This is why so many independent journalists and artists and musicians and really talented thought leaders and creatives are going to Substack, because it's just a difference in what is valued, right? And so I'm not saying Substack is for everyone. I'm saying it depends on what you want to be valued for and where you want to put your energy and focus. The second key thing is its consistency of thoughts versus volume of content. This is a very dangerous slope that is happening on Instagram right now. I don't know if you guys are aware of what's happening, but a lot of the bigger creators are actually hiring entire distribution companies that are building thousands of dummy accounts for them so that they can dominate the feeds and so that they can have basically like ruthless domination over the visibility on the platform. And so I think for creators and for smart and strategic business owners, you have to ask yourself, what game am I playing? And how am I going to give myself an unfair advantage by placing myself in a position to win, okay? If you have a high ticket offer in your business, 20,000, 30,000, whatever the case, for every 50 customers or even less, that's $1 million in revenue to your business. I can tell you, and probably a lot of you are these amazing people. Let me know in the chat right now if you subscribe to my Substack. I send the names of people that are subscribing to my Substack every single day, and I say to the team, like, wow, my mind is blown. I can see the quality of thinking because the people that are coming to the Substack are the more elevated leaders. They are the people that they themselves have deeper perspectives, thought leadership. They value. So it's just a completely different kind of perspective and way of being. Okay. So the first key thing with Substack is it's about point of view over popularity. The second key thing about Substack is it is about consistency of thought versus volume of content. Play a game that you can win. The third thing about Substack is that this is about relationship over reach. Okay, so Substack is rewarding trust. It is not rewarding audience size. Actually, it's doing the opposite. Substack actually is pushing small creators, right? So where small creators are fighting the algorithm on Instagram and on Facebook and all these other places just for like 1 to 3% of their people to see what they're putting out, Substack is actually focusing just the opposite in a completely different direction. So Substack is rewarding trust, whereas Instagram and these other platforms are rewarding unhinged behavior, virality, and hooks that are clickbait. So I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I'm saying you decide where you want to insert and exert your time, energy, and focus as a leader. Okay? Ideas and IP versus on-camera presence. I think this is really important. So, I said this earlier, but also
that's good. You want to explain it to me later?
Selling on camera. I built all of my companies selling on camera. I enjoy it. It's something that I am probably one of the best in the world at. It is very important to understand that the vast majority of humans on the planet are stronger writers than they are public speakers. The vast majority of you watching this right now probably have more power in the pen than you do speaking and teaching on camera. It's not one versus the other. I'm not changing anything that I'm doing, what are we doing right now?
All
I'm
right.
on camera with
You sleep
right
good.
now. So I'm not saying, oh, I'm not going to live launch, or I'm not going to be teaching on camera anymore. I'm going to go do Substack. What I'm saying is learn how to leverage your own superpower. And if you're stronger with writing than you are with being on camera, then your trifecta as a business leader, the scales just even out for you. You just have to make sure that your writing is getting shared in a place where it's going to be rewarded, paid for, and recognized. Okay, so hopefully that's making sense for everybody. And then the fifth big thing is cross-promotion expands visibility. We are moving into the collaboration economy, right? You are going to, with the emergence of AI, almost everything can be automated. That is going to change every aspect of our way of life, and it is going to make the things that are invaluable in business very rare. One of those things is going to be relationships. In fact, that's why I'm even at this conference this week, is to build new relationships. Relationships are the currency that is going to outlast the transformation that happens in the business climate with AI. And what's so cool about what Substack is doing is that it is really focused on and rewarding people for doing collaborative posts, collaborative lives, collaborative shares. And what that does is every time you do that, and we'll teach you guys this, it's going to be part of what we're going to cover on the 24th, but every time you do that, you are then getting introduced to a new audience, a new audience, a new audience. The difference is when you can do a cross-promotional article together versus a live stream or a launch or a webinar, you can leverage and maximize your time. The thing that has always held me back from doing as much collaboration with other creators as I wanted to is that I'm limited in the number of hours I can be on camera. I'm limited in the number of things that we can promote for people to come and attend that I'm doing live. What Substack now does is it gives us endless opportunity to co-create with other smart, big thinkers that have real ideas, that have real vision, and you're not losing traction in the market or losing focus in the market with what you're doing on camera or with a webinar or with a launch or whatever the case. Okay? So these are really the top 5 things that I think it's important to understand about Substack. So I would invite every single person here to click that QR code and come register February 24th with myself and the team to learn how to get started monetizing Substack for your business right away. You are invited to bring a team member with you. My team runs my Substack A to Z for me. I'm not actually the person that is on the platform. I'm not the person creating for the platform. It is all of my thought leadership. It is all of my content that is being used. My team is basically taking that and proliferating it and sharing it and repurposing it in unique and different ways to get those messages out. Okay? So you are invited to come on the 24th, bring your team so that they can run the plays on the strategy. You need to be there so that you even understand. And there's a lot of key decisions that you need to make, which we will walk you through. You need to decide what type of content you're going to be sharing, what your theme of your tiers are going to be, what the interconnectivity with the overall brand is going to look like, what your content strategy is going to be, what the process and workflow is going to be for your team, and how you're going to set them up for success to be able to monetize and grow your account on a daily basis. This is something that absolutely can be a trust-building offer for your business. I have already been mind-blown, as I said already. I was sharing with the team earlier today. I'm looking at the names of people that are coming into our paid Substack, and I'm like, wow, the people that we want to work with in a higher level capacity see instantly the value of what we're doing here, and they're either coming for the content or they're coming to learn the strategy, but either way, you're welcome. I want you to be here, and I want you to be a part of this conversation. If you are in Virtual Business School Gold or you are in Legacy Leaders, there is this is included for you. So if you're in Virtual Business School or Legacy Leaders, this is included for you. If you are a paid or founding member of my Substack, you get $100 off of the intensive. So if you're not already a paid member of Substack, you probably want to become a paid member or founding member of Substack so you get the $100 off. And then come on over and join us. The QR code is right there on the screen for you. The link is there as well. And I'm going to stop sharing for a second, and I just want to have the team, if you guys could go ahead and pull up the page for one quick second, I just want to be able to walk through with them exactly what we're going to be covering during the intensive, so that they can actually see what that ESE is going to look like. You can bring your dog, Cindy. Dogs are welcome. Marley might join us. Okay. Awesome. Comment in the chat. Let us know if you will be there on the 24th. I can't wait to see you all there. I already saw many of you jumped in while we were here today, which is wonderful and exciting. Okay. Great. Laura will be there. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maureen. Okay. Perfect. Jessica Rice will be there. Excellent. Okay. So let's just talk about what we're going to cover on the 24th together. We are going to talk about, number one, what your strategy is, right? So what is your strategy for Substack? What is the positioning of your channel? What is the content that's going to go there? Can we go down to the topics that we're covering? That would be amazing. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Perfect. So it starts with your content, and it starts with the value that you're adding. And I want to be very clear on this, just like everything that I teach, there is no easy button and there is no get rich quick. So let's just be super clear and upfront about that. Your content has to be valuable for people to want to pay you for more of your content. So let's just be very upfront and honest with one another in this relationship, right? So our goal is going to be to help you to understand what content strategy is going to support your ability to grow on this platform. Your ability to grow on this platform has to be the right content strategy, the right topics, the right places that you're pulling from, all of those things. Number two, what is your 30-minute-a-day cadence for growing your subscribers and your paid members going to look like? Krista, who runs my Substack account, is actually going to give you guys a crash course on what she does each day and how we grow both free and paid subscribers from that, okay? We will also be workshopping with you and giving you examples and recommendations on your paid tiers of Substack. So we're going to go through your free, we're going to go through your paid, and we're going to go through your founding member tier. And then bonus, we're going to talk about what the interconnectivity is between that and either your trust building offer, your mid-tier offer. What is the overall connectivity between what is happening on your Substack account and then what is going to be happening in your overarching business where you want this to go. And by the way, you might decide you like this so much that you want to trash other things and you're just going to, use this as one of your primary offers, and that's cool too. You have to get into it for yourself and kind of see what that looks like once you get going with it, okay? All right, let's keep moving. We're going to give you the system for converting your free subscribers into paid ones. So as I mentioned already, there's strategy from a copy standpoint, what you're putting on the buttons, and how the placement of that looks inside your free articles that's then going to move people from free to paid each week. So we're going to teach you that exact system, okay? And then we're going to walk you through the content repurposing system. So Krista will actually show you and walk you through how she's taking my content, running it through the system, pulling out articles, pulling out quotes from content that I already have, and then that's what's going on to Substack, okay? What I do not, let me be very crystal clear with you all. Please, please, please do not start copying your content that is already on other platforms and just smack it onto Substack and think that this is going to do something. I actually recommend that this content is not the same as your other platforms. If there's something someday that is really important to you, or you think it's really valuable, or you really want to share it, okay, fine. But please do not just start copying over your content to Substack and thinking that this is going to grow. Okay? It destroys the whole meaning of what the platform can do for you if you take the intent and the intention of what you're doing out of it. Just like anything else in our businesses, right? So I just want to give that little side note to everyone. We will show you a content repurposing strategy that allows you to take work that you've already done and utilize it. I just do not want you copying content and just using it from other platforms over there. There's no reason for people, especially there's no reason for people to become paid subscribers there, okay? And then finally, for some of you, once you get into this, you may very quickly see that your you're attracting the right kinds of people, you're attracting people that will upgrade into your other offers, and you may want to start running ads to grow your Substack. We're going to walk you through how to use ads to do that as well. Okay? You can scroll down a little bit there, Krista. So the bottom line here is if you are tired of the sound bites and the virality and the chasing and the hooks, and you want to really step into thought leadership in a true and honest form, Substack is the place to do it. This is if you want to build a paid audience, not another free list. If you're preparing for a book launch, a book relaunch, a major IP release, something like that, or maybe you just want to elevate your audience to people that are actually interested in seeking deeper perspectives and more meaningful content, this is for you. So whether you're an expert, you're a consultant, a practitioner, a service provider, a coach,
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
deep desire to make
I'm sorry.
impact, this is your opportunity to do that because you have people actually consuming long form content in either audio or written form. Okay? So the intensive is on February 24th, and I think we gave you all, we can pull back up the code for a quick second there. If you have questions about what we're doing that day, you can go ahead and put them in the chat now. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Krista, can you pull back up the higher tier? Yeah, I'm sorry. I totally forgot about that. So this is really awesome. I totally forgot. So, those of you that want to super fast track this, you're like, I'm in, let's freaking go, and you just want to move it and shake it, the golden mission will be awesome for you because you get a one-to-one session with our team to map out your paid subscription strategy, and you get a 30-day growth challenge and engagement pod. So that's going to give you massive visibility. That's going to help you get new exposure to new accounts. That's going to kind of just accelerate everything that you're already learning in the intensive. So the intensive is going to give you all the essentials. It's going to give you this is what you need to know to grow and monetize on Substack and get paid subscribers each day. The golden mission is going to help you fast track. So if you want to just push it and you want to go quickly and kind of skip to the front of the line, the golden mission is going to be for you. So $297 for general admission, $457 for golden admission. Both of them get live access. Both of them get the
bar right there. Good.
Both of them are going to get obviously the full intensive, but then the golden admission is going to get the one-to-one for your paid strategy, the 30-day growth challenge, the engagement pod, and the recording. Okay, so I think that gives a pretty good overview. It's a total no-brainer, right? That's why we did it. We know it's a total no-brainer. If you guys have any questions about what we're going to do in the intensive, I think the team is doing a pretty good job answering them. It looks like Kat needs help with the code. If someone on the team could help her with that would be amazing.
Hey, buddy.
Yes, BBS Gold does get a code for the upgrade. Great. Perfect. Okay. So I'll just really quickly, you do 2 short videos, 10 minutes, 2 times a week, or does that? No. No, that would be fine, Wendy. Wendy said, could I do 2 short videos, 10 minutes, 2 times a week? Well, let me tell you something that blew my freaking mind about Substack. For those of you that don't have big teams, this is going to change your life. When you go live on Substack, which you can go live to your full audience or you can go live only to your paid audience, Substack has built an AI that automatically splices all the clips of your live reel. It gives you hooks built in on top of it, and it gives you a full asset load to take all the clips of that and turn that into daily posting. So in your case, Wendy, if you did 2 short 10-minute videos a week and you just did that on the Substack platform, they would literally do all the work for you. You could just save them on your phone and then have an intern literally push one of them out every single day for you. So that's another thing. We could probably even demo that live for you guys in the intensive and show you how that works. I literally freaked out when I saw this because you guys know there's 18 steps, after you do a live to you post it, you download it, you send it to the editor slices it up, right? The team reposts it, then you have to post it here, then you need to get a new hook, then you have to do the new graphic design. all done for you. It's all done for you. So yes, you can also add your podcast into Substack if you choose. And there are all different ways that you can use the platform. And we're going to actually walk through platform capability and functionality with all of you in the paid intensive. Okay? So that's just giving you like one little tip of the iceberg of what is waiting for you and what is available. As a next step, there's two things that I would recommend from today's live session. Number one, go ahead and get your ticket for the February 24th intensive. It's a no-brainer, and now is the time. And no, I don't know that we'll ever do this again. So that's step one. Step two is, if you're not already on Substack and you think that this is going to be the right platform for you, one of the right platforms for you, go ahead and get yourself signed up. And you can come over and follow my account just so that in the next week and a half between now and the intensive, you can kind of observe what we're doing and see what we're doing. Kristen, do you want to just pull up I can share my screen and pull that down actually, and just share my Substack for a second, and we'll walk you through the strategies with this, and we'll walk you through what we're doing with our tiers. But just to give an example, and mine is the Sacred Art.
Oh, disconnected from OBS. And reconnected to OBS. Just looking at my Kindle Direct Publishing report again. Seeing if I sold any copies today. I have not. But I sold one ebook yesterday. Made a total of $6.57 in royalties so far this month. Still working on Rising Tide. Alright, so my meeting is done. I don't hate this for sketching, but I'm looking at it and kind of wishing I would have done a slightly different perspective. Like I could flip her around. I could have done frontsies instead of backsies. But this is not a bad sketch of Arista. This is something. This is definitely better than like nothing. Let's see. I want to do a little more touch-ups. Like I can do more with her cheekbone. A little more in the face. So that's one thing. She's got crazy high cheekbones. So you make that a little more gaunt. And then her thin ears. Let's get those going. Round that out. We got the 3 gaps. Alright. Before I sign off, this social media stuff. Cute. Oof. Hmm. Ah. doing a post about the artwork that I just did, and then totally forgot. Not now. Edit post. All right. Sorry, folks. I completely forgot. I was still streaming. I meant to stop. I've been dealing with adulting stuff, if you want to call it that. Um, yeah. Got caught up making a Facebook post to my Facebook author page. So I have this new artwork and then the old cover with a little blurb about coming back and watching me here on, Rizzy, Twitch, and whatnot. Another link to the book, because if I could just sell one copy a day, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty thrilled about that, actually. I don't even care if it's ebook or paperback. Honestly, I prefer paperback, just because it's out there, it's in the world, and I love the idea of that. I like books, like books, not just the digital stuff. Hey, buddy, try to get you some time in the sun, some actual time in the sun. So I am going to. Oh, here we go. Um, I'm going to log off. I'm going to do some research on food dudes who apparently are interested in starting a work relationship with me. It looks like it pays a ridiculous amount of money, but it's still just food delivery. And I'm driving a truck, and a truck isn't exactly like ideal for that because of the mileage. You know, you want a car, something that gets about 30 miles a gallon. I get about 20 miles a gallon, so I would be paying a little bit more in order to be able to do this. So I got to figure out if the money is right, if the money is actually going to be worth doing it. Because I want to say something that I saw when I applied said something along the lines of like $30 to $45 an hour. I just want to confirm and double check that to make sure it's not a scam that will just eat up the life of my truck and take up too much of my time and not be enough money. Because I need money. I need money. Some of you aren't subscribing. Just saying. So I'm gonna hit the stop all button. So goodbye Twitch, goodbye Kick. You know, I appreciate you. I'll be going back later to see if like the one person who watches me on Kick is still watching me on Kick. I appreciate you, buddy. I don't know who you are. I assume you're a bot. Ooh, what are you twitching for? Or you know, spam bot or something like that. Maybe you're a real person. And then YouTube, appreciate you. I'll be signing off of that last. Yeah. And then Twitch, you know I love you guys. So I'm out. Peace. And now it's just me and YouTube again. See you, folks. See you, Mom. Maybe I'll call you later. I don't know. Depends. So, Layskis.